いいよ。
ご苦労だった。
カムイよ。うりゃーテッターしかくそうりゃーテッターしかくそうぐうりゃーテッター
こっちだぜ。
来い。
残念だ。
いいクンフーだわ。
戦いの先へ。見せてやろう。 Ready, fight!
things off with our first title. As I am.
Absolutely! I can't wait to dive in!
So, without further ado,
New Game Plus Expo starts!
Let's kick things off with our first title, which is sure to steal the show.
Kamiwaza, Way of the Thief. Put your thieving skills to the test on the streets of Mikado. Will you walk the path of honor for the sake of your family? The choice is yours to make in Kamiwaza, Way of the Thief. Coming to Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PC, Fall 2022.
Based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft and Robert W. Chambers' The King in Yellow, and set in the 1980s, Underworld Dreams: The False King tells the story of a man who has tracked down his missing brother to a seemingly abandoned building that hides something much more sinister behind its decrepit walls.
Yeah, I'm hoping they show something I want to play. What's up, Alfred? How you doing? Oh. My release schedule is looking a little bit barren after this month, so hoping to have something fun to play. I don't expect too much from these, though. It's gonna be a lot of, like, visual novels and super weeby stuff that I'm not interested in playing. This game is good. I actually have this game already. Kinda got backlogged waiting for updates.
A stylish and fast-paced 2D action RPG that will keep you on your toes. Available this spring for Xbox and Nintendo Switch.
London, New Year's Eve 1999. While everyone else is getting ready to party, the Metropolitan Police are working overtime. Me? Let's just say I'm waiting for some fireworks of my own.
Be part of the door-kicking, gang-busting, crime-fighting team and take on gun runners and crime lords in Rico, London. Blasting onto Xbox Series XS and Xbox One in April, with more weapons and exclusive features.
それじゃ行きますか。
Yeah, that Lego game comes out soon, huh?
Action-packed battles return with Dusk Diver 2 this summer on PS5, PS4, and Nintendo Switch.
Oh wow, I'm interested in that game. That comes out in a couple weeks.
Samurai Bringer,
I'll play
a
that.
Japanese-style roguelite action game that changes with every playthrough, comes to Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Steam on April 21st. Battle hordes of samurai and yokai and hone your unique fighting skills to defend the mysterious eight-headed serpent.
Didn't you hear the story, Lucian? You must have. You talk to everyone. I will bring us glory again. If I bring a little glory to myself in the process, so much the better.
My country was dying. The consequence of building an empire on conquest and then conquering everything.
We all have our roles to play in this grand opera. We must turn the people against Ivor.
I know who I'm fighting for. So many lives are in the balance, Lucian. We can't afford any missteps.
The Fallen Legion series makes its debut on PS5 and Xbox with the Fallen Legion Rise to Glory and Fallen Legion Revenants Double Pack. Featuring a new grid system and extra characters, this is one collection you won't want to miss. Coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC summer 2022.
ずっとこうしたかった。閉じてくれないんだ。詫びを兼ねて付き合い始めてから半月の今日、何か贈り物をしてみたらどうかと思ったのだ。ごめん、寝ぼけた。やけにでっかいと思ったら。そろそろ冷えてきたから帰ろう。うちまで送るよ。俺、すごく安心した顔してるな。お前といると。よし、よし。愛してるよ。お前のこと。これからも、この先も、ただ一人、お前だけ。
Yeah, I think people
Amnesia Memories and Amnesia
expect these to have like high budget games. It's not. They're games from Japan.
Wishlist the limited edition only at the IFI online.
You're not gonna get like DMC6 here or Nubasara.
A double dose of
But there's
amnesia?
usually some cool indie games.
Definitely have a hard time forgetting these games.
I'm open to playing indie games.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Talk about an unforgettable experience.
More than
with a
open
double
to
dose
it.
of
I
amnesia.
welcome smaller
Our
games.
showcase is just getting started, and we've already seen lots of
So I
exciting
only expect to
announcements.
only enjoy like
Keep
2
the
or 3
energy
things that
going
they
with
announce.
something that's both fresh and familiar.
Now it's
So
time
far,
to
Samurai
dive into
Bringer,
some
I'll play
island
that game.
adventures
That looks
with our
cool.
Next title.
He got shipwrecked again.
Embark on an exciting adventure with Adol the Red and uncover the mysteries behind the mystical maiden Dana in Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana. Coming to PS5 in fall 2022.
Fates are sealed as paradigms shift in a new era.
Oh man, there's Max Powers.
In the near future.
Here we go. Gunvolt 3.
Awakened to powers.
Alright, reading good right now.
A federation of adepts named Eden vied for supremacy, but Gunvolt ended their ambitions.
This is what I was waiting to
However,
see.
After countless battles, Gunvolt himself evolved to a new power beyond Septima's. Sumeradi's hidden counterpart, Shadow Yakumo, caught wind of this next-level power and was forced
Not
to
liking this
act.
auto-scroller though. Yes.
Kirin. Trained as Shadow Yakumo's battle priestess, Kirin is the world's only wielder of radiant fetters, allowing her to seal other septimal powers.
Inject that release
Kirin
date,
battles
please.
those up close with her sword and by throwing talismans imbued with her power. Gunvolt, alias GV. The world's most powerful adept has been sealed behind 1,000 sacred swords. Azure Striker and Radiant Fetters combine to create a new powerful ability called Image Pulse. Lilin, a young lady from Gunvolt's past, returns as an illusion made physical. Should you fall in battle,
This is the good weeb shit right here. Ultimate weeb game right here.
the rampaging adepts who emerge before
I'm excited. I hope they announce a release date.
Will the two strikers make it through the chaotic night to see the dawn of hope?
Been waiting for this for a while.
Striker Gunvolt 3.
Oh wow,
Guys
July.
on the path towards hope.
Oh yeah.
Fates are sealed as paradigm
There's my
shift
July
and a
game.
new era unfolds in Azure Striker Gunvolt 3, available July 20.
Hopefully it's better than X2. I thought that game was pretty crappy. Well good, that finally has a release date. I'm excited. That's 2 games so far I'm gonna play. Okay, are they gonna show any gameplay? Okay. Is there any gameplay? Okay.
The ultimate test for survival is found in the labyrinth.
No gameplay.
Lurk in the shadows. Criminals with
Dungeon
mysterious
RPG,
powers
that's probably
are
why
out
they
to
didn't show
thwart your
gameplay.
efforts. Will
Because
you
they know
be
that's like
victorious and
super
rise above
niche.
the shadows?
Most people aren't gonna like a game like that. Yeah, trailers that don't show any gameplay trigger me. Oh, I have this game. This is a pretty decent game. I haven't really played it since the updates. I guess this is getting a console port. I already have this game. I gotta come back to this game and do a video for it. I never did. I just played it on stream. Had some really bad pacing issues. I think they fixed it by now, though. Problem with this game is mostly just, enemies got too much health after a while. I think that they've fixed that, though. The pacing was pretty rough. Solid game, though. They're still adding more to it. Okay, not even getting a console port. The game's been out for months.
A hack and slash
Alright.
roguelite. Now available on Steam.
I already have that game.
First, they wanted me to be just the trailer announcer. Then, they asked if I wanted to be in the game. And I said, hell yeah! Breaker Omnia Spicy Edition! They're still fighting! Lots and lots of fighting! But with 25,100% more spoken words! No way! You said you wanted more man listened! Get hype with lines like, oh yes! Spicy! Medic! Are you okay? Yeah, boom-baya! My body's ready and my heart's on fire! Phantom Breaker Omnia! Spicy Edition!
The long-lost 2D anime fighter returns! Phantom Breaker Omnia is now available on Steam, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One.
Courier is coming to PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series XS, and PlayStation 5. The demo will be available 2 weeks before its launch later this year, so be sure to check it out.
peek into other people's cell phones under state surveillance in the dystopian masterpiece Replica. This interactive novel adventure game is coming to PS4 and Xbox One April 5th.
I already got what I wanted. I got a Gunvolt 3 release date, so everything else they announce, I don't care. I'm already happy. That's like the main thing I wanted from this, was a release date for that. Unfortunately, it's still like 4 months away. That's really all I was looking for. If they announce anything else, we're just gonna chalk it up as a bonus. Samurai Bringer looks pretty cool too. So two games I'm interested in. That's about what I expect. 2 to 3 games. Any of these, like, advertising streams. If there's any more than that, I consider myself to be very privileged. So, you know, I just don't like, I don't like a lot of mainstream genres, so... Already got a good, good quota.
Spacelines from the Far Out is a roguelike co-op management.
It's weird how a lot of these super niche games aren't on the Switch, though. It's like a missed opportunity. That's where games like that are supposed to go. But like, a lot of these games don't have Switch ports. It's like, do you not like money?
60s space age flair and jazz.
The Switch is basically the Vita 2. Which is like stuff that like the average gamer isn't gonna like. Put it on there and people will buy it. Hey, this looks cool. Minus the animal characters. Actually, this looks kind of bland. I don't know about that one. Yeah, this looks kind of bland. Music is nice, though. Probably cop the soundtrack. I don't know about buying this one, though. Looks a little mundane.
At the end of a brutal war, countries dismantled their weapons. When the Gozarians attack, 2 pilots realize their trusty vintage fighter planes are the only means of combating the aliens' powerful technologies. Hugh and Figaro are the world's last wings of hope.
Yeah, like, what's it called? That
What's
Token
up on
Ranbu
YouTube
game.
for Shanao? The
That game
visual
looks like it
novel
has really
Shana,
boring
Rising
gameplay.
Flower of Genpei
I've had a couple
arrives to the
people ask
Nintendo
for it,
Switch on
that
June
game,
28th.
and I'm like, I'm not
Wishlist
buying
the
that.
limited edition
Sorry.
now at the IFI online store.
I played the demo, it was dreadfully boring.
Ooh, an intriguing
Game's got no
story
sauce.
and beautiful visuals? Hiroshana is definitely a title you should keep your eyes on, for many reasons.
But hey, we've still got more
No
games,
style in that
updates,
game
and
at all.
announcements coming your way, so let's keep it
It's
going.
like super basic.
This next title will be a true test of
I'm not
skill.
spending 80 bucks on that.
No,
Yeah.
I mean skill.
Hey, Skull. They putting out a Skull update? What's this? Yeah, that game is mad boring. The only way I'd play it is if they gave me a key. But this game is already out on everything, isn't it? Are they announcing the update? What is this? Is this just an ad for a game that's already out? Are they even going to announce an update? Because this game is already on everything. Like, I'm mildly interested because I do like this game, but where's the, like, new content? Just advertising a game that's already out? Okay. 'Cause this is supposed to get a major update soon. I'm thinking it's nothing. Okay. Alright. Game's been out for months.
Roguelike platformer where you must
All right.
march on to save the Demon King.
Guess they're just paying for an ad.
Slayer is available now on PC and
I
all
was like,
console platforms.
Are you gonna show the new content? No? What's up, Alvy?
Dive into legal dungeons.
Why is that not on Switch?
Conscious mystery adventure.
It's
where you
like
battle
niche
suspects
game.
using investigation documents.
Do these people not like money?
PS4 and Xbox on April 5th.
Did you not learn from the Vita? Like, games that the average gamer wouldn't want to touch sold a lot on there. Like, a lot of these games aren't on Switch, which is really weird. Like, dude, no one's gonna play that game on Xbox, I'm sorry. Wrong demographic. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, that game looks great, but I doubt you're gonna go buy an Xbox to play that. Most likely you would play that on Switch. Really random. It's not like it would be hard to port that either. I mean, there's not really any gameplay. That's the thing I'm getting from this. Like, why are these games not on Switch? Where people would actually buy them. Xbox Halo Dude Bros aren't gonna be interested in that game. Yeah, X2 is pretty shitty. I need to go back and finish it, but I didn't like it. It's disappointing.
Kisa is about to give up her dream of being an actress.
Announcing a
when she's
visual
offered
novel a
chance
year
to attend
before it
the
comes out?
prestigious all-boys
Why?
drama school, with two conditions: to be cast in the
Like,
lead role
okay.
in the final performance, and to keep her identity.
Why didn't
as a
you wait
girl a
longer?
secret. Will Kisa be able to win the lead
Like-
role?
It's pretty much only like big mass appeal games that can get away with being announced a year in advance. I mean, it looks good for what it is, but why announce it now? It's kind of random. Like, we've drawn like 5 scenes, but we're going to announce it now. There's some weird stuff announced during this, like lots of really great niche games, but announced like way too early, or they're not on the Switch, where people would actually buy them. Okay, the kitty redeems this game. Black screen? What happened? Hello? Oops. That zombie game crashed it. That's too hype. Like, what happened? No, this is better than previous years. Worst New Game Plus Expo was like the first one, where they showed like, it must have been like half an hour of Catherine gameplay with no commentary. They couldn't even get somebody to like talk over it. It was like, Catherine is not an easy game to follow. Catherine's a good game, but it's not easy to follow. And they just had like mic muted gameplay for like half an hour. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Catherine as a game. It's a good game. Got romance elements and like action puzzle gameplay, but I don't know, 30 minutes of unedited, like non-commentated gameplay is not what people are looking for when you watch stuff like this. And I'm saying that as somebody who uploads unedited, mic-muted gameplay. Like, there's a time and place for it. But it just kept going. It was like a... It's like a live train wreck. And, like, you can't get someone to, like, at least talk over it? I mean, then it would have been somewhat interesting. Nope. It's just, like, someone playing with, no mic. The main problem this New Game Plus Expo is a lot of these, like, super niche games, they're, like, not on Switch, so... I'm gonna be honest with you, no one's gonna buy them. I'm sure a lot of these games will come to Switch later, but the fact that they don't have them out already, that's kind of like a death sentence. Some of these games are only on like PC and Xbox. Like, dude, Call of Duty dude bros are not gonna buy this zombie game. I'm sorry. That's the harsh reality. You're not gonna get Call of Duty Warzone dude bros to play a lot of this stuff. You gotta go where the audience is. It's kind of strange.
Infected by a zombie virus,
PC only.
days are numbered. She must now fight
What?
to survive, not just for
I'm pretty sure the
herself,
Switch can
but her
run that
young
game.
son, Cody. Ensure
That's what I'm
Cody's
talking about
survival
right there.
in a zombie-infested world by
Super
protecting
niche,
him
like,
and teaching
not
him valuable
really
skills
interesting game at
at
first
any
glance.
cost.
Not on Switch. Alright, I'm already interested in whatever this is. Oh, this game, Hanabi. Yeah, this game looks cool. I don't know if I'd like this, though. Seems like it's best played with a mouse. This looks cool, though. I've been following this game for a while.
Experience exhilarating grappling action in this dystopian action platformer. Don't miss out on early access this spring.
Ooh, Pocky and Rocky. Game number 3 I'll be buying. You getting a release date for this? Oh, June. Well, there's my
Rocky the
June game.
Maiden and Rocky the Raccoon are back
Right.
together in the latest game in the long-running classic shooter series. This time, they've got new friends to take on the upcoming challenges. With 8 stages of high-paced shooting action, you'll have your hands full with creepy enemies, big bosses, and lots of twists and turns.
An action-packed adventure of saving doggos! Beat hordes of relentless enemies using brutal punches, powerful kicks, or well-timed grabs. Deploy ruthlessly effective defenses and customize your fighting style by teaming up with your doggo friends. Free demo download available now on the Nintendo eShop. I don't know about you, but now I just want to drop everything I'm doing and save all those doggos!
Now that was a dark segment. Leave those poor doggos alone.
Well, this has been a day full of excitement and surprises, but we've got one more surprise left.
More classics are coming your way, dude.
Check this out, dude. Oh, wait. There's more, dude.
Two classic titles. What an awesome collection, dude.
Console classics making a comeback.
Say what you want about ports of old-ass games, but preservation is important.
Prinny presents
And it's really cool that if you like those games, you don't have to emulate them
Value
anymore.
Pack is back with
I'm not
Prinny
interested,
presents
obviously,
NIS
but
Classics Volume 3.
it's really cool because
Experience
those
Lock
games
and
are
Sell
mad
Ragnarok
expensive.
for the
Those are
first
really
time
hard
in the
games
West.
to
And
get
check
legal
out what
copies
inspired
of.
the
That's
famous
really cool that they're
Disguise
doing
series
that.
With Rhapsody, a
I
musical
hope more people
adventure.
appreciate
This
that they're
delightful
doing
duo
it.
is packed with loads of new
Sometimes I don't
features
want to mess with
and
emulators.
DLC,
Sometimes I just want to just
dude.
buy a
Coming to Nintendo Switch
legal
summer
copy and just play it.
2022.
if it's a good port at least. That's really cool that they're doing that. Yeah, those games are super expensive to buy. They're not cheap. And then you need old hardware to play them too, which just makes it worse.
先ほどご紹介しましたマーベルシリーズ全部で3部作 ですけども、この3部作を作った後にカプセルを作りました。でそしてその翌年に魔界戦記ディスガイアを作ったという一本ソフトウェアのゲーム開発の歴史においても非常に重要なタイトルの一つになります。ぜひカプセルお楽しみになってください。よろしくお願いします。
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Mr. Nikawa, for that amazing final reveal. He is definitely the dude.
We want to thank Mr. Nikawa for helping us reveal that double dose of classic titles.
Can you believe it? Not one, but 2 classic titles? I can't wait to try them both.
And that concludes this year's
Alright,
New
well.
Game Plus Expo.
Thank you all so much for tuning into our showcase.
We're not done yet. Stay tuned for our live stream.
Oh, they're gonna do
We're
Inti
playing
Creates.
special
Okay.
messages from a few
Never
of our
mind.
partners. Until
Never mind.
next time. Thanks for watching.
I'm gonna see if they show some Gunvolt. If they don't show Gunvolt, I'm done. The rest of the stuff I have zero interest in watching, but if they show some Gunvolt gameplay, I'll stick around. I was about to just turn the stream off. Yeah, old NIS games, NIS games are like crazy expensive. Cool that they're doing that. And they're on Switch too, which just makes it better. So that's where people will actually play stuff like that. They didn't do something stupid like put it on Xbox. No one's gonna play that on Xbox. I think that was the weirdest thing about this New Game Plus Expo. They had a lot of stuff I was interested in, but they had like trailers for games that are already out, and then a lot of the super niche games, the visual novels and stuff, like weren't on Switch. It's like, do you not like money? Like, dude, people playing Call of Duty Warzone and Halo Infinite are not gonna play your mundane visual novel or like Zombie Sim. like, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. You gotta put that stuff on Switch, or no one's gonna buy it. A little bit weird, like, how many games like that they had. A little bit tone deaf to me. It's not easy to make a game at all, but you gotta put it in the right place.
Good morning, NGPX watchers. We hope you had a nice showcase there. Plenty of interesting and fun announcements. Some people might know us, but if you don't, we are here at Integrate's headquarters in beautiful Chiba, Japan. It might be morning or evening where you are, but it is smack dab 1 a.m. here. So you might excuse us if we're a little loopy out here, but we're gonna have a fun stream for y'all.
Burn the midnight oil.
Burn the midnight oil. So let's introduce ourselves. I am Andrew Singleton, producer here at Inti Creates, and with me is a fine gentleman.
My name is Matt Papa, formerly of this here amazing company, Inti Creates, where I did some producer stuff, localization stuff, right alongside this cool cat.
That's right.
For many moons.
many years. Inti Creates veteran, former.
I'm gonna miss Matt.
Maybe not quite entirely former employee, but you know, we have a special relationship for sure.
I just can't get enough of these guys. What can I say? They're
you know, Matt is from New Jersey,
and
I'm from New Jersey.
I'm Matt. I was here for 7.5 years.
That's where I was born.
I know over cool kids over at Limited Run.
I resonate with Matt.
Guys, if you're watching,
Limited Run.
All the way from New Jersey to
It's my
Japan.
pleasure and honor to join the cool
Not
kids
much
at
comes out of
Expo
New Jersey,
today.
trust me.
And I mean, I was sitting here for the first two NGPXs.
Somebody
Why
who
not
lived
be
there
here
in his
for the third
childhood.
one,
That's my first one, but you're a veteran.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
Veteran of the NGPX stream.
But he left
Don't
Inti
keep
Creates like a
anybody
couple months
waiting.
ago.
We're here to talk about a very special game that we have not necessarily announced here, but we have definitely given a lot more of a detailed look than we have so far.
Gave the GV community some good food
That's
to
right.
eat tonight.
Yes, we are eating. We are feasting, friends.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Azure Striker Gunvolt 3. That's number 3. Gunvolt 3. Now, if you don't know about the Gunvolt series, the Gunvolt series started in, what was it, 2014?
2014, that's
on
right.
the 3DS. A download-only title back then, but you know it's been around the block a few times now.
Yeah, to put it lightly.
Yeah, right. We have Gunvolt 1 was 2014. Gunvolt 2 was 2016.
Yes, sir.
Introducing our friend Copen, who has gone on to star in his own series now, Luminous Avenger.
Copen's a busy boy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we've got both of our heroes. 2D action platformers. You might have seen the trailer during the showcase, but we're going to show you a lot more of the gameplay here in a minute. So I don't want to.
The very first time.
Yeah, we have quite a bit more. To show.
Yeah, I mean, like first time live gameplay of Gunvolt 3 ever exhibited right here.
Yeah.
New Game Plus Expo. I mean, it's the perfect place for it. I mean, Inti Creates has announced so much cool stuff at NGPX over the years.
Right.
And like, I don't know, it just feels like a perfect fit to give these fine folks that primo taste of GB3 right here and now.
Yeah, and to start it off with, we actually have a extended version of the trailer you just watched for the showcase. We're gonna roll it here in a second, so please take a look.
どうぞ。
こんにちは、稲船圭司です。とうとうですね、ガンボルトギブス、完成に近づいてきました。アクションがですね、気持ちよくってかっこいいアクションに仕上がってるんで、ぜひみんなに早く見てほしいなということで、ビデオの方用意してます。ご覧ください。どうぞ。
Fates are sealed as paradigms
Max Powers.
unfolds.
Max Powers.
In the near future, a new form of human adepts.
There he is.
Powers known as
The man of the hour.
A federation of adepts named Eden.
Max Powers.
But Gunvolt ended their ambitions. However, after countless
Max
battles,
Powers.
Gunvolt himself evolved to a new power beyond Septima's. Suminagi's hidden counterpart.
What a Giga Chat. Max Powers.
And was forced to act.
The ultimate announcer.
Kirin.
Don't even try to be an announcer as long as Max Powers is around.
Kirin is the world's only wielder of radiant fetters, allowing her to seal other septimal powers. Kirin battles foes up close with her sword and by throwing talismans imbued with her power. After sticking a talisman to an enemy, Kirin can use her powerful Arc Chain ability, instantly warping to her foe and striking them down in a single stroke. Gunvolt alias JV. The world's most powerful adept has been sealed behind 1,000 sacred swords. The young man once known as the Azure Striker dashes into battle at Kirin's side. Azure Striker and Radiant Fetters combine to create a new powerful ability called Image Pulse.
Dude, Max Powers is like that's like a JRPG protagonist name. Like, your parents just set you up for success when they name you Maxwell Powers. I mean,
her song can awaken the power within Gunvolt.
that's like being named like Fate Line God
and Gunvolt
or Senel Coolidge.
Rampaging adepts who emerge before them.
Cloud Strife, Squall Leonhart. Like, you name your kid that, they're destined for greatness. I mean, no opportunity for failure at all. You name your kid Max Powers.
Coming July 28th, 2022. What lies beyond the path toward hope? Inti Creates.
All right, how did you like that one?
There it is.
Quite a bit more in there. We got a bit longer, more leisurely look at the game.
Yeah, like, you know, there's a lot more tasty morsels in there compared to what they saw during the showcase.
For sure, for sure.
More food for you Gunvolt kids. That's how we do.
Yeah. Even got to see action supervisor and executive producer Keiji Inafune there.
Yes.
With the intro.
Been with the series from day one.
That's right.
Day one, Inafune-san has been lending his extensive knowledge of 2D action games to the process.
I gotta say, he's knocked it out of the park this time.
Yeah, for sure.
Something.
For sure. Absolutely.
But yeah, as you start, like, let's talk a little bit about Gunvolt 3. So the story, if anybody is new to the series, we've got a near-future dystopian cyberpunk universe where a certain amount of people have awakened to superpowers known as Septimas. Those people are known as adepts, and as things tend to go, there've been a few conflicts in the past.
Just a few.
Between the adepts and the non-adepts. People with superpowers, people with not superpowers. You know how that sort of thing goes. And Gunvolt has always been on the front lines of the battle as a rebel, terrorist, or whatever you want to call him.
Rebel with a cause.
Yeah, exactly. A noble terrorist fighting the good fight, right?
Here's a good tweet right here. Here's a good tweet.
Depends which side you're on.
Excellent tweet right here.
Exactly.
But now Gunvolt has kind of gotten a little too powerful, as it were.
Relevant to current
next
topic.
Level power he's woken up to there, and Kieran is there from the Shadow Yakumo organization,
there you go.
Who oversees the Sumeragi kind of looming presence here, giant corporation controlling the country.
And Gunvolt players would recognize that name.
Yeah, relevant tweet.
That's a big one. But yeah, they're definitely going to show up a lot in this one as well. So,
how can you hate on Max Powers, man?
But that Kieran,
you guys are soulless. Come on.
A new star, as it were. There we go, Kieran. She's a sword wielder.
She's a bona fide badass.
Yeah,
she is.
like I just can't wait to show her off. It's so much fun. Yeah, she's got her sword, and her special Septima is the Radiant Fetters. It can seal other powers, including other Septimas themselves, which makes her perfect for, taking down someone who's got a next level power.
Yeah, if you're dealing with adept threats, she's the gal you want on speed dial to put that situation on ice.
Yeah, how useful is that? That's super useful, for sure. But yeah, that sword is just amazing. She's got as you see in the trailer, she teams up with Gunvolt, and she gets access to the arc chain ability, which you saw her flashing across the screen.
It's so satisfying.
Going to be key to her gameplay there. So, of course, she's not alone, because you've also got Gunvolt right at her side.
Where's that boy?
Yeah,
that boy. There he is.
Now, Gunvolt is, pretty much there with Kieran right behind her, but he's kind of has a little bit of an issue. So you can summon him. You kind of play as him temporarily at times.
Right.
You charge up the meter and you play as him, and he is just super powerful.
He is dummy powerful.
He is
stupid powerful, crazy powerful.
Like all those battles, that next level power is not something to be trifled with. See, he's become a primal dragon. I'll just let that one sit out there. A primal dragon. Yeah, that's all I can say about that.
That's all you get for now. We'll see
you
guys
much.
well tonight, but
we're definitely debating on how much we want to say about that one.
We gotta keep some stuff in the cupboard for later.
Yeah. And as you also saw in the trailer, Gunvolt's longtime companion Lumen makes a curious return. Fans might be wondering what's going on there.
I know y'all missed her. It's been a while since we've seen Lumen around.
Of course, but yeah, she's still there. Question mark. But yeah, as you saw in the trailer, if you were listening carefully, she's illusion given physical form, which is it's definitely an interesting concept, but it's going to come up a lot in the game. But
yes,
she's still there providing her wonderful vocals to songs in the game. As fans might know, there's lots of vocal tracks that Gunvolt is known for. And if you perform well enough, you get to hear her voice as this in the stage background.
Yes, Megu Sakuragawa doing what she does best. As the voice of Lumen, serenading you with that good stuff.
Yeah, but you got to be pretty good to get there, and as we're going to show, because I think that's time to.
We can talk about GB3 all we want.
We can talk about this. I could go on all day about this. I have to be very careful though.
Yeah, right.
There's some people in that other room who
might be a little upset.
I gotta be very careful what I say.
You give a little too much.
But we're gonna be able to show you quite a bit actually.
Is it
I can,
time?
I think it's just about time. I think people are here to see
Ooh!
the Gunvolt 3 gameplay.
Yes.
I love to say, switch it over to the
Switch
Switch.
it over. Yeah, we're switching to the
Switch.
Switch.
I love saying, I miss saying that.
Right. So here we go. This is Kieran right here. You can see she's kind of unassuming, you know, compared to like a Gunvolt might be. She's got a dash. She's got a dash and a jump. That's, you know, about it. But she has her special talismans that she throws in addition to her sword. Those are your two main attacks with Kieran here. You jump, you slash, press the R button to slash. You can throw these talismans. The talismans are kind of interesting. They don't do any damage on their own. And you can also slash projectiles you see with their sword and keep those out of the way.
So would you say that for seasoned GB players, if you played Gunvolt before, do the talismans kind of feel more like Gunvolt's darts did from the older, like that's kind of her way of connecting with the enemies, like Gunvolt did with his darts, or like Copen maybe does with his dash, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I would say it's somewhere in between. So Gunvolt, you know, his gameplay revolves around tagging enemies and then shocking them, right? So Kieran is somewhat similar. So she tags enemies with the talismans, but she still has to kind of get in there. Try to be a little fancy. No, pitfalls don't kill you. But yeah, so those talismans actually, they don't deal damage right away. What happens is that they'll accumulate damage, which you can then deal the next time you hit them with a sword. Of course, these little fodder enemies are not going to exactly show that off. But you notice that that guy on top didn't die from the one sword splash, but the one I had tagged did. But here's the real meat and potatoes, is the arc chain. So once you have an enemy tag like this with the talisman, it doesn't actually go away either. It'll stay there forever. You press the A button, and you warp to him, and
ooh, I like that.
And
that is good. I mean, that's basically bread and butter gameplay, right?
Yeah, that's what you're going to be wanting to do. And she's like, for someone who doesn't have an air dash or an air jump, she's actually very airborne.
Yeah, because I mean, you can cover like once you tag it with the talisman and then you use the arc chain, you can cover a lot of. As you just saw, you can cover a lot of distance.
Yeah, in like the tutorial, it said something about like having to be close to the enemy to do that, but I'm not sure. You know, that might be still something that's needs a little bit of work, or if that's just
development.
Yeah, that could be subject to change, but look at that! You just teleport right through them. It's so much fun. Like, it's so flashy, and like,
you know, because like because one of the satisfying things about like gameplay in the Gunvolt games is, you know, working out ways to chain, as you just did right there, you know, chain those attacks together, either, you know, by you know, as GB, like, you know, tagging multiple enemies at once and zapping them, or as Copen, like bouncing from like one enemy to the next and to the next and to the next. And from what I've seen so far, it really sounds like Keenan has the ability to really kind of do her own. Yeah, she has her own way of making that super fluid, super badass and stylish attack patterns.
Oh yeah. It's I've not had a whole bunch of time with this, but seeing people around the office like just chain entire stage in the air,
that work on this game, it's
incredible.
insane.
It looks incredible, like the
nuts.
level of gameplay you can achieve there.
Yeah, this is, you know, like we're showing y'all, like, you know, we're gonna take our time, show you the ins and outs.
Yeah.
In a seasoned veteran's hands, I mean, it gets ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, it's like there's a high level of gameplay available here, I think.
I mean, even just since I was last in the office, it's just seeing just seeing them do what they do then. I can only imagine what they're doing now. You know?
Right.
I can only imagine how ridiculous it gets.
Yeah, and so it's even actually pretty useful for like platforming here, because you can see it's actually invincible when you can go through those mines just like that, as long as you have them tagged. Yeah. So there's platforming challenges involved there as well.
Good.
Yeah, probably another thing people are very curious to see though. Like if you might notice, Kieran has a little dog companion, and you know this part looks it's kind of tricky. You know, all these mines here in the way. What if we switch over to our dog friend? He actually is Gunvolt. We have
Are you saying that dog that looked just like Gunvolt is Gunvolt?
Ah, it's just crazy, right?
Wow,
It's crazy. Yeah, and he is a little powered up, or a little very powered up, as you might see. He's like a little bit out of control, power level wise here. He can double jump forever. He can air dash like forever. You know, he's extremely powerful. He's even got a powered up dash. You can dash through enemies and if they're locked on, it deals damage. If they're not locked on,
it's so
you get a lock on.
Ripping right through these dudes like they're nothing.
Yeah, right? You think that's satisfying? Well, check out this.
That's the best. That is just...
It's a lot.
Lightning is gonna drop.
Days.
I dig it.
Pile driver, suplex, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's so fast I didn't even catch it. It was a pile driver or a suplex, but it's freaking awesome, whichever one it is.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself. You have to, tag enemies with your dart gun to get your flash field discharge on him. But he actually has like a regular flash field to block projectiles as long as you're not firing your electricity.
Yeah, so that's pretty much always there as long as you're not attacking, right? That little circle around it.
Right, yeah, it goes away when you're attacking, so you'll take a little bit of risk. But also, he doesn't have a health bar.
He does not.
I don't know if you noticed, like, I think I got hit, but he doesn't have a health bar. He does not. This man's right here is invincible. He's got pre-evasion all the time, no matter what. But you'll notice, like, this super powerful guy here, what's the downside? Well, it's that. You only have him for a temporary amount of time. You see the bar underneath Kieran's health bar is actually the Fetter's bar, her Radiant Fetter's ability. That determines how much you can use Gunvolt. You need to charge it up to 100 to actually switch to him. And then once you're playing as him, it starts to slowly go down, but as you do those powerful abilities, it'll drain it even faster. So it's kind of, he's like a reward for playing well. You'll earn more as you use Kieran's sword abilities. It'll go up. That one was out.
You can't just coast through the stage with OP Gunvolt.
Yeah, that might, And also, players of the series will know there's a bit of a score element involved. You have the kudos up there.
Yeah, I mean that's a core.
So wait, are they saying you can't play by his Gunvolt by himself, or when you're playing as her?
If you're
you can summon him.
You might notice the Gunvolt.
Is he like a normal playable character? That's what I'm not understanding right now. I didn't quite catch that. Did anyone catch that?
Of a challenge getting a score. So you're going to want to focus on Kieran and her, specifically her like aerial combos if you want to get a high score. So that it's kind of there for players who need a little bit of help or just want to blow stuff up for a little bit. But it's always nice to have it in your back pocket. Have that Gunvolt there if you're having some trouble.
Stream?
We introduced Keenan last year, and but just seeing how far her gameplay has come along, and just like seeing that there be a bona fide melee character in the Gunvolt series for the first time,
and it's so satisfying.
It's something real.
Yeah, this is what I always wanted.
The attacks are so quick.
I wanted a melee character.
So good. One thing I do want to point out about so the talismans, the more you stick to the enemies, the more damage you'll do. You notice there's a little bit of a gray part of the health bar. That shows how much you'll do when you cash in the talismans by getting a sword attack there. I've lost a few from using her evasion, but you can just recharge those.
Yeah, so you can recharge her talismans, just like you could, That's one way to do it.
No. I want to spin off.
That is certainly
that does a little damage when you
Gunvolt's like, get out of here, newbie.
Well, I'll show off a little bit more.
Get good. It's like a Dark Souls player.
There's a lot to it this time, and I think
telling people to get good.
A lot of these elements
get out of here.
Make it really, really fun.
Go home.
Yeah, and I mean
not needed.
Just like you're just scratching the surface of the gameplay.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a little bit more that's not quite in the demo here that I'll talk about when we're finished.
Give us the demo.
We'll give you a little bit
up.
more of a taste, but we're all just about done here. Show off a little bit of a boss fight.
Ore no ugoki, mikireru ka?
He's ready.
Yeah. The Gunvolt. Maybe a little thing. You shoot those darts up and diagonal.
So there's an important question, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Guys asking if they can pet Gunvolt.
Can you pet Gunvolt?
I mean, you could try. He might be a big grump faces. I mean, Gunvolt's kind of a big softie, but he's got that kind of grump. He might grump a bit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He'll probably let you. Got them Lumen tunes going.
Yeah.
I
finally
love
got the
Lumen's
voice.
new design. It's so good.
Well, I think that's
Mega
about
Man X6,
all
but not terrible.
we got to show you here.
Fuck X6.
There's a lot more of this fight.
There's a lot more. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away.
X6 is Kusage. X5 is like slightly better, but still not good.
One more thing I want to show, I think. A little bit.
Saw downhill after 4. I liked 8 for what it was. But then they stopped making the game, so
So cool.
the redemption didn't matter. Unless they stopped.
And that, good friends, is all you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's it.
What did you think of?
Like, we're finally gonna make a good X
First
game
taste
again, and then
of Gunvolt 3
after that they
gameplay.
just stop. like,
So
nah,
cool.
sorry.
Like, jeez, it's nuts how freaking cool they are.
Yeah, it really is. It's just like
this team just cranks out the good stuff.
Well, actually, that's partially true. They did have Maverick Hunter X, which was
just
a good game.
It is.
exhilarating. Take my breath away.
Like, what did y'all think? What did y'all think?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've seen some familiar faces, at least in this
Yeah,
year
right.
Twitch chat. So I'm really excited. It seems. I hope the GV faithful are happy.
Yeah, I hope GV fans are happy, and I hope we a few other people maybe pique their interest.
Yeah, like, I mean, the Gunvolt series, you know, this will be, it's Gunvolt 3.
Gunvolt 3.
But if you count the total Gunvolt series, this is the 5th game.
5th game. In 8 years?
Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah.
8 years of Gunvolt?
You know, Gunvolt 1 and 2, which, you know, in addition, you know, they originally came out on 3DS, but, you know, they're out on Switch and PlayStation and Steam.
Right.
And then you have the Luminous Avenger game starring Copen.
Yeah.
And now this. Here we are.
For sure. Yeah, like, I know people have been really waiting for this one. Yeah, it's been a big
Well, I'll tell you something about that.
Years.
I'll tell you something about that LB.
See how much,
It broke all the
how
mods.
much is just
Oh my
involved.
goodness!
Like how much there is there, how much love and care was
Like,
put into
look
that.
at Gunvolt 1 on 3DS.
So the
And look
animation
at this.
canceling mod doesn't work
Yeah,
anymore.
Gunvolt
So
was no slouch. It was
How
a good
much
the game is
this
back to
game
being
has grown.
Yeah, for sure.
stiff, unresponsive garbage.
Yeah, and just like that smooth gameplay. It's just so, you know.
Buttery.
Any redemption that game has is gone
Really is.
because
Love it.
There were just a
that
couple
game is so
more,
much better with the
couple
mod.
things we didn't get to show off there that we wanted to talk about. The first
gone.
thing is, mentioned the trailer was the.
Oh, for them to add some stupid
Yes, we saw a familiar
attachments
face
and a
pop up.
weapon
Yeah.
or something.
Some of you
Dude, who
Disney
cares
heads
about
may have
that?
recognized him.
Fix your
Right.
game.
So
Fix the
right there we've
combat.
got here in, what appears to be
Someone from this
one of the
channel
bosses
fixed it for
from the
you.
trailer, which
Yeah,
is exactly
we saw that fiery boy
Stop
in the
updating
trailer.
the game. They don't even add
You
anything.
know him
Like,
eventually. But, yeah, maybe. yeah, we may.
I'm like, dude, like
maybe.
sunglasses or whatever aren't gonna
Yeah,
make me
you-
play
you
that
have
game
these,
again.
Items,
Fix the combat.
collectibles, Pickups.
Do you not like notice something's
Earnables?
wrong with it?
I don't know, like,
Apparently they don't.
Pick up earnables.
illusions given physical form.
I was thinking of playing that game again too.
There are equipable items. There's passive ones that
I'd
boost
have
your
to like
stats
down. I have to
or
down
make
patch
you do more damage, give you certain
for that game to be
abilities,
worth
bonuses,
playing
whatever. But you have
ever
these
again.
ones that are really cool. Are
Major
summons,
buzzkill.
Summon, bosses from the game. Maybe some other characters as you might have seen in the trailer. And there's over 150.
Like the game is devoid of replay value as it is.
It's a
They
lot.
should be.
That's by far the most sort of like collectible type thing that
They should be adding something to that.
And it's really
like,
cool.
500 mile.
Yeah, because there's just there's a lot of fan service involved in it as well. So it's really fun. You know.
Putting it lightly when he says that.
like add like an extra boss
Putting
or
it
like new
lightly.
items
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big system in Gunvolt 3 that I think people are going to be pretty happy about.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
No
looking
question
forward
about
to
it.
playing around with those.
No question about it.
And of course, returning is the Story Mode Plus.
Yes.
Which unfortunately we didn't get to show off in the in our gameplay section here because we didn't want to spoil anything because they basically taught that
a
whole
little
time.
tiny taste.
Yeah,
right
we'll
there
give,
on
we'll
the
give you a
screen,
taste,
but-
and you saw a little bit in the trailer as
Yeah.
well. But yes, basically there's dialogue between the characters that plays out over the mission. So that doesn't interrupt your gameplay at all, but adds a ton of flavor and a ton of just context.
Yeah, and it was something, it was a quintessential piece. I think is what really makes, the mainline Gunvolt series, one of the things that really makes it unique.
Yeah.
Is it was a staple gameplay element of those first two games. And it's so nice to be able to finally bring it back again because it really does. It adds so much more. Because if you're somebody who really appreciates these characters and wants to learn as much as you can about these characters and this world, that's not something you normally can really get that much of in a 2D side-scrolling action game, right?
It's really atypical for these sorts of games.
It really is. So it adds so much more than you would normally get, but then just by playing through the stages.
For sure.
And I think it's one of the coolest features of the mainline GB games.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue in store for you. Bants.
And I'm gonna skip it all.
Have you been working hard on?
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip it all, dude. I'm sorry.
For sure.
That shit getting skipped.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna be mashing that start
I'd
button.
love to talk more about Gunvolt 3. I think.
Full
I just
disclosure.
think they get mad at
Full
me for
disclosure.
Spilling all the beans.
Get skipped.
A lot of beans still left in the can.
But hopefully, maybe if we have a few questions in the chat, people might answer. If people might ask, we could see what we can answer if anyone's curious
Yeah, I
about
can
it.
get in a few minutes, but Andrew, when is Gunvolt 3 coming out?
When's
Just in
Gunvolt 3
case they
coming out?
somehow missed it sometime.
Well, let's see. I believe that's July 28th, 2022. I heard some handsome-voiced man tell me that earlier today.
The one and only Mr. Maxwell Powers.
The one and only Max Powers, yeah.
Star of many, many music July 28th, 2022, coming to the Nintendo Switch as a digital title.
The one and only is it's an understatement.
But Andrew, I have another very important question.
That's a vast understatement.
Everyone's asking.
I have an important question too.
There can only be one Max Powers.
Is there going to be a physical release? Maybe I should be asking you.
Me?
Matt Papa, formerly of Inti Trades, currently with Limited Run Games. Is there going to be a physical release of Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 for the Nintendo Switch?
Well, I've heard. I know I'm still pretty new there, but I've heard rumblings that Limited Run likes to make physical versions of video games.
I heard
And,
what they do.
it was a word on the street. But,
Smoke on the street.
And it is my absolute pleasure to confirm with y'all today that Gunvolt 3 will be getting a physical release through my new home of Limited Run Games.
Yes.
That is happening. It is coming. The details.
I just grew up when
as the day
been gaming since the 80s.
As we get closer,
I
and
grew
closer
up
to the release date, we
when
will
games
get
didn't have
give you guys
stories.
all of those fine details.
And if
but,
they did, it was
cooking up
poorly
something
translated.
and I think you're going to be pretty pleased.
Or it was in the manual
excited.
with
We love to work with Limited
guys
Run
in
Games.
America
Yeah,
making
excited
up
to
shit
have
that
them
wasn't
on
actually in
board
the
with
story.
this.
I'm just from a different era.
I'm going to take good care of this.
That's
thing.
mostly what it is. I'm just gameplay oriented.
It's in good hands.
I'll give a story a chance, but it's just not the reason I play.
Yeah, so I know people were already asking for it.
There's nothing wrong with people who like it. It's just that's not what I
was
do it
cruising
for.
Twitter before, as you do.
That's really all it is.
Did not want to keep you waiting this time.
I wonder how many times Doug and
It's not some deep reason.
Twitter got tagged by you guys.
It seemed like
I
it.
definitely saw a couple.
For sure.
I've been gaming since the late 80s, so
But yeah, so
I'm
we
just
got
accustomed to
digital
like not
coming,
really even
we got
having a
physical
story.
coming, July 28th. Gunvolt 3, the way to
You know, I gave Tales of Arise's story a chance. I watched all
It feels
those
good to
cutscenes,
finally get it out in the
and that
open.
story sucked.
Yeah,
it fell
We
apart
can-
at the end because they ran out of
We
money.
have our goal set. We have the finish line,
Like,
and we can just.
I regret watching those
go towards it.
cutscenes.
That's what makes release date.
Because the
announcements
story, the end of that
exciting,
game was
Yeah.
horrendous
It's not just
from a
like a
narrative
big, like,
standpoint.
"Oh, what's it gonna be?"
Horrendous.
You have a discernible goal now.
Like you get stuck in a 10-minute cutscene and then walk forward and get stuck in another
Sure.
one.
And we'll have plenty
And
more
that
to
just
talk
keeps
about, in
happening.
the coming days. We'll have like pre-orders open. at
And
some
they're like
point.
not even showing you any of the
like,
things that are
the
happening.
good stuff.
It's just like
faithful's eating
people
good
standing
tonight.
around
But we
talking.
still have more food in the cupboard for them.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. And yeah, so that's unfortunately about all we have to talk about.
All right,
for
that's it then. We're gonna
GV3.
turn this off.
But I've heard that a Gunvolt series
Yeah, it's
game,
not a
it's
not a deeply complex reason. It's just I've been gaming since the NES era, a long time, and you just weren't used to getting stories back then. Tales of Arise had a pretty interesting story at the start, but they really shat the bed later on. The end of that game was like, it was so blatantly obvious they had no more time or money to actually finish the story. Oh, it just felt like a slap in the face. I'm like, dude, I watched all that stuff and you couldn't even give it a satisfying ending. Like, some people actually really like Arise's combat, and that's fine if they like it. I mean, more power to them. But pretty much everybody agrees the end of that game is it's just a mess. And it makes you feel like an idiot for watching the rest of it. This completely falls apart. I'm pretty sure what happened with Arise in terms of the story was that they got hit hard by COVID in like the last part of development, and Bamco didn't want them to put any more money or time into it because they thought it wasn't going to sell, so they just crapped it out. The end of the game is horribly rushed. Is anything else announced? Main stuff was pretty much Gunvolt 3, Samurai Bringer, and Pocky and Rocky. There was a lot of really mundane stuff announced. They had like a bunch of like visual novels and like really mundane looking games. Those were like the three main things that they announced. They had some weird stuff too, like a Skull trailer with no new content. Like that game's supposed to be getting a huge update, but they didn't show anything. Just like they had that. They had Steel Assault as well. No new content for that either. Blade Assault, sorry. But yeah, those were like the three big megatons. Everything else was like not really that interesting. I'm downloading the Bloodstained update right now. Yeah, basically, light side, I guess the answer would be... The first answer is that I'm old. I'm in my mid-30s, and I'm just used to like not even really having a story to care about. The other reason is times where I've actually tried to care about the story, I get betrayed, like Tales of Arise. Like those are really the main reasons. I try to give a story a chance, but like most of the time I just get shafted. Like DMC5, I watched all the cutscenes for that, but the problem with DMC5 was the story was so predictable. It was just like like the plot twist was obvious like the first couple minutes you play the game. So outside of the thematic elements of it and the fact that it's, DMC cutscenes, so it's still cool to watch, that just didn't add anything to it. The DMC story has not been good since 3, pretty much. If 5 story could have been good if they hadn't made the plot twist so obvious, like before the game even came out. Like they revealed that Virgil came back. They revealed that he came back, and then like Yuri's end was so blatantly obvious that he was Virgil, and that's like all there really was to the plot. V in particular was cool character, minus his gameplay. He was a cool character, but any of his potential was wasted because he's just Virgil. And I had high hopes that he was not Virgil, because I think that they do need like more. They need more active combatants in Devil May Cry. But nope, he's just Virgil. So like, you have a cool character design, you have a unique playstyle that wasn't fun and needed some work, but it could have been improved upon. But nope, he's just Virgil. He's just the other half of Virgil. So none of that even really gets a chance to evolve. I've just been burnt on game stories a lot. I like to just play stuff where I don't need to worry about it. I can just enjoy the game for the gameplay. DMC5 story was a really missed opportunity in my opinion. It was far too obvious. There just wasn't much else to it. It kind of felt like a Hollywood movie where they show you like everything in the trailer. Like somebody, I remember when they put out the trailer with Yurizen in it. Someone slowed down. They pitch shifted Yurizen talking, and it just sounds like Dan Southworth. So it basically just confirmed right there. Before the game even came out, we already knew. It's like, you should make your story more interesting and less predictable if that's all you're going to do with it. Like, someone can just pitch shift the main villain and make it sound like Virgil, then maybe your story's not that great. I don't know. The next Devil May Cry, I think, has a chance of having a good story again, because they kind of have a clean slate. Like Dante and Virgil are stuck down in the demon world, so like they can make like a new character, or just have Nero and like expand upon that and have less plot baggage. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it. I think they have a lot more room to write now without Dante and Virgil. It's obvious that they'll be in it at some point, but I definitely think there's some cool things that they could do with it. Now, the only thing I really liked about DMC5's story was the fight scenes. If you treat it as just a high-budget action movie, it's fine. But in terms of, like, moving the plot forward and having things that you can't predict, like, 6 months before the game comes out, it really failed to deliver. Which is a shame, because 3 has a great story. 3 has one of the better stories in video games, in my opinion, in terms of, like, in terms of having, like, good narrative and great gameplay. That game is above pretty much anything else that came after it, in terms of being, like, a really balanced product, where, like, it has good story and good gameplay. Because generally you get one or the other, you don't get both. There's games out there with better stories than DMC3, but, you know, they don't have good gameplay. Or there's games with, like, amazing gameplay, but they have shit stories. DMC3 is, like, probably the game I played that really succeeds in doing both. So it's a bit of a bummer that the games that have come after it, they haven't been good from a narrative standpoint at all. 4 was just kind of... 4 had the problem of being really predictable, too. Nero just felt like his only thing he was there for was to rescue his girlfriend. And Kyrie didn't do anything either. She's just a generic damsel in distress. And, like, Dante kills the Sanctus guy, but, like, it's painfully obvious he has a reason for it. But you have to wait until, like, more than halfway for the game for them to reveal that, like, oh, well, they're actually, like, this really evil cult, and they're trying to destroy everything. It's like, dude, I could have told you that. Dante's not going to come up and cap somebody in the head for no reason. Not a human, anyway. But the game kind of beats around the bush in telling you that, and it's, like, painfully predictable. That was the problem with 4's story. Hopefully in the 6th game, they'll use that partially clean slate, and they'll make a good story again. I kind of doubt it. At least the game will still have good gameplay, so it'll have that to fall back on, but after DMC3, I think they've really dropped the ball with telling a story. They definitely did. I will say one thing about 5. They made Nero a worthy successor. I'll say that much. Oh, that's pretty sick. I like that. Yeah, Zangetsu is very disappointing. Yeah, there was a mod to play as Zangetsu, like, within, like, the launch window for this on PC. People were like, oh, the actual version's gonna be so much better, and, like, it wasn't. It was the same thing. Pretty major buzzkill. like, nope, the mod and the modded version of Zangetsu and the official one are like barely any different. They really just took his moveset and just mapped it to buttons. But it was like a Kickstarter goal, so pretty bunk. Alright, folks, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest. Feel like I could use like another hour's sleep, and then I want to go hit up Little Caesars, grab some lunch. I might stream again before kitty sitting, because tomorrow I have off, so we'll see. Yeah, I'll finish that Jitsu Squad playthrough later today. I don't know when. Might be tonight. Might be later. That Bloodstained character seems pretty interesting too, so I might check that out. Lots of games got updates and mods and stuff, so I'll probably check that out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down. Go ahead and lay down, take a shower, grab some lunch, and see how I feel. Kitty sitting stream tonight should be probably not KOF actually. Probably not PGR either, because I already did everything on there. Probably be emulators and stuff tonight, test driving the new controller. Hey, what's up, Negro Justice? You're a shit stalker, because I'm about to leave, dude. I'm gonna go take a nap and eat. Your ass got in here too late, man. You need to work on your stalking abilities. You're losing your touch. Plus, I added a bunch of shit to my wish list, and you haven't added it yet either. So you must be busy. Hey, you've been here for 30 minutes. So all right, never mind. I take that back. But you're sleeping. I put more stuff in my wish list, and you haven't put it in there yet. So yeah, you gotta step up your game. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap. I'll see you guys. I probably will come back this afternoon. I got to bed relatively early, so I'll probably finish that Jitsu Squad easy mode run, and then there should be a kitty sitting stream as well. I already finished all the service game stuff, so we'll probably play some emulators tonight, maybe some Final Fight or something. Might play some beat 'em ups tonight.